After the age of 60, one of the greatest threats to your legs is often the one you cannot see. Imagine the arteries in your legs like winding country roads. Over time, those roads slowly narrow and harden, making it harder for life-giving blood to travel where it needs to go. Poor circulation in the legs does not simply mean cold feet or occasional cramps. According to the Mayo Clinic and the American Heart Association, restricted blood flow can lead to peripheral artery disease, painful leg ulcers, and even raise the risk of stroke or heart attack. These conditions often begin quietly, with subtle symptoms such as tingling or numbness, before they develop into serious complications. The encouraging news is that science has uncovered simple daily habits that can make a remarkable difference. Today, we will explore one powerful morning drink, backed by research, that can help clear leg arteries and restore healthy circulation. If your legs are a concern you care deeply about, comment below and let us know so we can better support you. When circulation in the legs begins to decline, the signs often appear gradually and may be dismissed as simple aging: tingling in the toes, cramping in the calves when walking, feet that always seem colder than the rest of your body, or skin that changes color and heals slowly after a small cut. These are not random inconveniences. They are warning lights flashing on the dashboard of your health. Medical experts explain that these symptoms are often linked to a buildup of plaque inside the arteries of the legs, a condition known as peripheral artery disease. Plaque is made of cholesterol, fatty deposits, and cellular waste that gradually narrows the arteries, limiting the blood's ability to reach muscles and tissues. Without enough oxygen-rich blood, the legs tire easily, wounds repair more slowly, and the risk of infections increases. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, more than 6.5 million Americans over the age of 40 live with peripheral artery disease, and the risk rises significantly with age. For those over 60, the likelihood of developing poor circulation in the legs is much higher. Even more concerning, the CDC notes that people with this condition are at greater risk for heart attack and stroke, because blocked arteries in the legs often signal similar issues elsewhere in the body. In other words, poor circulation in your feet is not just a problem of discomfort. It is a mirror reflecting the overall health of your cardiovascular system. The good news is that this process is not set in stone. Scientific research consistently shows that lifestyle choices play a powerful role in how flexible and healthy your arteries remain as you age. The American Heart Association emphasizes that regular consumption of foods rich in antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, and plant compounds such as polyphenols can lower inflammation, improve the elasticity of blood vessels, and encourage smoother blood flow. Similarly, studies from the Harvard School of Public Health highlight how dietary patterns rich in fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and healthy oils reduce the risk of arterial disease and promote better circulation throughout the body. Daily habits also matter greatly. Choosing to walk even short distances helps strengthen the muscles of the legs and stimulates blood vessels to open wider. Maintaining a healthy weight reduces the strain on arteries, while avoiding tobacco is considered one of the most important steps to protect circulation. These choices act like gentle maintenance work on those narrowing roads inside your body, clearing debris and widening the path for life-giving blood to travel freely. It is on this foundation that one simple yet powerful morning drink comes into focus, combining natural ingredients with proven anti-inflammatory and circulation-boosting effects. This drink works with your body to support clear arteries and energized legs. For many older adults, it has become a daily ritual that makes walking easier, warms the feet, and helps restore confidence in the strength of their circulation. And in just a moment, we will look closely at what makes this drink such a valuable ally for your health. Every morning, Starting your day with the right kind of nourishment can make a world of difference for your circulation, particularly in the legs. Among the simplest yet most powerful habits is a warm drink that brings together 4 ingredients with remarkable, science-backed benefits for your arteries: lemon, ginger, turmeric, and a small pinch of black pepper. Lemon, though so common in our kitchens, carries powerful protective compounds. According to the National Institutes of Health, vitamin C not only acts as an antioxidant to fight oxidative stress, but also plays a direct role in supporting the collagen structure of blood vessel walls. In plain terms, collagen helps arteries stay strong and flexible, preventing the kind of brittleness that makes them prone to damage. A daily dose of fresh lemon juice is therefore more than refreshing. It's a way to support the structural integrity of your arteries. Next comes ginger. For centuries, it has been used in traditional medicine, but modern science has caught up to explain why. Research published in the Thrombosis Research Journal demonstrated that ginger's main active compound, gingerol, exerts a mild blood-thinning effect and reduces inflammation. This means it helps prevent small clots from forming too easily, while also improving overall blood flow. For older adults dealing with leg cramps, cold feet, or numbness, this improved circulation can be noticeable. Turmeric is the star ingredient when it comes to anti-inflammatory power. Its bright golden pigment comes from curcumin, a compound extensively studied in cardiovascular health. In fact, findings reported in the American Journal of Cardiology showed that curcumin supplementation reduced the risk of artery narrowing and improved endothelial function, the health of the inner lining of blood vessels. For legs struggling with poor circulation due to plaque buildup, turmeric's impact on reducing vascular inflammation is particularly relevant. Finally, there's black pepper by itself. It may not sound impressive, but its active compound piperine is a game changer. Research published in Planta Medica Journal showed that piperine enhances curcumin absorption in the body by up to 2,000%. Without it, most of turmeric's benefits pass right through the system without being fully utilized. With it, curcumin becomes significantly more potent. This makes the small pinch of pepper in your morning drink an essential piece of the formula. Together, these ingredients work in synergy, reducing inflammation, supporting arterial flexibility, lowering blood lipid buildup, and improving blood flow to the legs. Many older adults describe feeling lighter or noticing improved warmth in their feet after a few weeks of consistent use. Preparing the drink is simple. Start with 1 cup of warm water, about 200 milliliters. Squeeze in the juice of half a lemon. Add a teaspoon of freshly grated ginger, followed by half a teaspoon of turmeric powder or fresh turmeric root if available. Finish with a pinch of ground black pepper. Stir it well and drink it in the morning before breakfast. For those who find the flavor too sharp, adding a teaspoon of raw honey can make it smoother while offering additional antioxidants. One important note: if you are on blood-thinning medication, consult your doctor before using this drink daily, as ginger and turmeric may enhance anticoagulant effects. While the morning tonic lays an excellent foundation for supporting circulation, the truth is that the foods you choose throughout the day can either strengthen or weaken that foundation. Over the past 3 decades, working with older adults, I have seen time and again that nutrition is not just a side note. It is often the decisive factor that determines whether circulation improves, stagnates, or worsens. What I want to emphasize here is this: poor circulation in the legs is not a destiny sealed by age. In fact, I've had patients in their late 70s and even early 80s who dramatically improved their walking distance, their wound healing, and even the color and warmth of their feet, simply by reshaping their diet. And the science behind it is stronger today than it has ever been. Let's take a closer look at 7 foods that have repeatedly shown real, measurable benefits for circulation. And along the way, I'll share a few real-life stories that illustrate just how powerful these foods can be when woven into daily routines. Salmon is often my first recommendation for seniors who are open to eating fish. It's one of the richest sources of omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA. These compounds directly reduce inflammation inside the arteries and lower triglyceride levels. The American Heart Association has long emphasized that omega-3s improve endothelial function. That's the delicate lining of your blood vessels that controls how well they expand and contract. When that lining is healthier, blood flows more freely. I recall a patient named Walter, 72, who could barely walk a block without cramping in his calves due to peripheral artery disease. After working with him to incorporate salmon into his weekly meals twice a week, within 4 months, his walking distance doubled. His vascular ultrasound even showed improved blood flow in the femoral artery, a striking example of food as medicine. Pomegranate is another remarkable ally for circulation. The vibrant ruby red juice is rich in polyphenols and antioxidants that specifically enhance nitric oxide availability. Nitric oxide is the molecule your blood vessels use to relax and widen, a process called vasodilation. A study published in Atherosclerosis showed that regular pomegranate juice consumption increased nitric oxide activity and reduced arterial thickening. In my clinic, I encouraged a retired nurse named Linda, 68, to drink a small glass of unsweetened pomegranate juice 3 times a week. She later told me that the persistent cold sensation in her feet had eased and her evening walks no longer left her with nagging cramps. It wasn't magic, it was physiology working in her favor. Arugula, or rocket as some call it, might not seem like a powerhouse at first glance, but it's one of the richest natural sources of dietary nitrates. These nitrates are converted in the body into, you guessed it, nitric oxide. Researchers at the University of Exeter in the United Kingdom showed that older adults who ate nitrate-rich vegetables like arugula experienced lower blood pressure and improved vascular efficiency. It's a simple food swap that delivers quiet but steady benefits. I often tell my patients toss a handful of arugula into your omelet or sandwich instead of iceberg lettuce. And over months, your arteries may thank you in ways you'll feel in your legs. Avocados offer a combination that is particularly valuable for aging arteries: monounsaturated fats, potassium, and vitamin E. Potassium is essential for keeping blood pressure in check, while vitamin E protects the endothelium from oxidative stress. One lesser-known fact, a study in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that replacing saturated fats with avocado significantly lowered LDL cholesterol levels and improved vascular elasticity. I remember John, a 75-year-old carpenter, who began adding half an avocado to his breakfast every day. After 6 months, his blood pressure medications were reduced under his cardiologist's supervision, and he reported that his legs no longer felt like lead by the end of the day. Chia seeds are tiny but mighty, rich in soluble fiber and alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3. They help regulate cholesterol and blood sugar, 2 factors that heavily influence vascular health. In fact, a study published in the Journal of Nutrition and Metabolism found that chia seed intake improved lipid profiles and reduced markers of cardiovascular risk. Beyond the science, chia seeds are practical. Sprinkle them into yogurt, smoothies, or even soups. One of my patients, Maria, 69, swore by her morning chia pudding and loved that such a small change made her feel fuller longer while supporting her circulation. Extra virgin olive oil is the cornerstone of the Mediterranean diet, a dietary pattern repeatedly shown to reduce cardiovascular disease risk. The Pre-Dimed trial, one of the largest nutrition studies ever conducted in Spain, demonstrated that olive oil rich in polyphenols reduced inflammation and slowed the progression of arterial plaque. To put it simply, It helps keep your arteries flexible and resilient. I often advise my patients to replace butter or margarine with olive oil whenever possible. Even just 2 tablespoons daily, used over vegetables or in salad dressings, can provide consistent protective benefits. Cayenne pepper may seem like an odd addition to this list, but its active compound, capsaicin, is uniquely stimulating for circulation. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Investigation revealed that capsaicin improves vascular elasticity and boosts nitric oxide production, both of which promote healthier blood flow. For seniors who enjoy a bit of spice, this can be a subtle yet powerful tool. One of my more adventurous patients, Edna, 74, began adding a pinch of cayenne to her lentil soup. Within weeks, she noticed not only warmer toes but also improved digestion, a reminder that sometimes the smallest tweaks carry wide-reaching benefits. Now, I want to be very clear, no single food here is a miracle cure. Circulation is complex, and peripheral artery disease has many contributing factors. But when you combine the morning tonic with these 7 foods consistently, you create a rhythm of daily habits that reinforce one another. Over time, arteries become more flexible, blood flow improves, and the legs receive the oxygen and nutrients they need. Perhaps the most encouraging part, many of these foods are affordable, accessible, and can be adapted to nearly any dietary style. And the changes are not just theoretical. I have personally watched seniors regain the ability to walk to the park, garden without pain, and even dance again at family gatherings because their circulation improved enough to give them back those joys. So the message is this: you do have power over your leg health. Even after 60, your choices at the breakfast table, at lunch, and at dinner ripple into your arteries and shape your circulation for years to come. And that is a truth worth holding on to. One of the most powerful steps you can take right now is not a pill or a medical procedure, but a series of simple daily habits that keep the arteries in your legs flexible and open. Gentle walking, for example, can be transformative. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention report that walking for just 30 minutes a day helps increase blood flow to the legs and strengthens the smaller vessels that often develop when larger arteries become narrowed. Many older adults notice that this kind of light activity not only eases leg discomfort but also improves energy and mood. Keeping a healthy weight is just as important. Extra pounds place more stress on the circulatory system and make it harder for the heart to push blood through arteries that are already under pressure. By staying within a reasonable weight range, you help your heart work more efficiently and support better circulation throughout the body. Another habit that cannot be overstated is quitting tobacco. The American Heart Association makes it clear that smoking is the single biggest risk factor for peripheral artery disease. The chemicals in cigarettes damage the lining of blood vessels, which speeds up plaque buildup and lowers the amount of oxygen reaching your tissues. Seniors who quit smoking often see real improvements in their circulation within only a few weeks. It is also vital to manage blood pressure and cholesterol. Eating a balanced diet with plenty of vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and lean protein can help regulate these numbers naturally. Research from the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute shows that keeping blood pressure and cholesterol under control through lifestyle choices greatly reduces the risk of complications like heart attack and stroke. Taken together, these small but steady steps create a strong foundation for healthier legs and a more resilient cardiovascular system. You hold more power over your leg and artery health than you may think. Every glass of water in the morning, every balanced meal, and every step you take today is truly a gift to your legs in the years ahead. Remember, according to the American Heart Association, even small daily choices can significantly lower your risk of circulatory problems. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to Agewell and share it so more people over 60 can improve their circulation. Try starting tomorrow with this morning drink and feel the difference each day.